What's up, guys, and welcome back to the automotive channel. And it's about dang time that I made another video for y'all. And well, guys, you know, it happens, life happens. Still got a job, still got my own personal life, and 2 more YouTube channels to deal with. But you know, whatever happened has happened. So I guess it's time, for another video, when my previous video was filmed like a few days before Thanksgiving, and now it's a few days before Christmas, and as you can see, old Michigan weather, it has snowed. So yeah, I guess the timeline is kind of messed up according to y'all, but it ain't to me because, you know, I have so many friggin' delays to deal with before making an actual video, so here we all are, I guess. So today, though, today's video is going to be on this thing again. So this right here is my parents' Kawasaki Mule that they bought about, let's say, 6 or 7 months ago. And as you can see, I'll show y'all. I also made another video on this, but it was kind of boring. It was kind of like an update video, but at least I got to show you, according to the video title and thumbnail. I guess you guys finally get to see it run today, which I'll explain in a moment, because right here is the old motor that originally went to it. So if I flip it up, as you can see, you know, it's basically a piece of crap now. It's just a giant, you know, weight. This thing started burning oil, and it, you know, burnt out a valve, I think. Has major carburetor issues, even though this is a new carburetor, but it still has issues. So yeah, rest in peace to the old motor there. So yeah, guys, my solution to that was to engine swap it. So if you guys haven't seen the previous video yet, and unfortunately I still wasn't able to recover the build video of this thing yet, still, is the fact that I took, you know, an old, well, it's not old, it's brand new, a Duromax 440cc single cylinder overhead valve motor, and, you know, slapped it right in here. As you can see, old Duromax motor. Made about 18 horsepower right out of the box, but I made some modifications, like a less restrictive exhaust, bigger carb jet, and air filter, and it makes like somewhere close to 20 horsepower now. So yeah, it's a pretty good powerhouse. I drove it around a few times, and one thing about it though, on the last video, when I tried starting it, the pull cord broke on me, but we got a new one now, and a new face cover for it too. So yeah, I don't have to worry about that anymore. But I want to show y'all some of the updates that I've added onto this thing ever since, because you know, in the previous video that I made about this thing, it was all janky and still. So yeah, it's no longer a pull start only. I've actually added electric start to this thing now. As you can see, I fabricated the block a little, put a starter in there, charging system, and a voltage regulator to charge up the battery and stuff. And yeah, it cranks over great now. I mean, took a lot of finagling, but I managed to get it in there. As you can see, cranks over nicely too. So yeah, that's, you know, the starter. So yeah, that's the solution, my solution to the starting problem, and also the voltage regulator charging system to charge up the battery. And not only for the starter, but also for these, we managed to get the lights working again. So check it out. We hooked up the lights again, but we hooked it up to direct, so it kind of kills the battery a bit. And one problem though is the fact that the taillights don't work. But when you tilt it, they do. There's a loose wire somewhere. I gotta fix that. And yeah, those are the lights and battery electrical system for you. We actually put this, me and my dad did most of the work, and he actually put it together using a fusible link like was there originally, which is pretty cool. So we basically remastered the you know, entire electrical system, but we ripped out the old wires and put in new ones. So yeah, that's that. Speaking of remastering things, speaking of, it's really cold out here. So speaking of remastering things, not only we remastered the electrical system completely, we also remastered the original exhaust system. So check it out. So the exhaust system is just like the original, basically. It goes around the engine, it goes out the back into the muffler instead of underneath the seat, which was pretty dangerous. So we decided to take that out, chop up the exhaust pipe into a bunch of pieces, and weld them back together into this kind of shape. And yes, obviously the welds aren't the prettiest, as you can see, but that's the result of welding without a mask, in the dark, in the cold. So yeah, don't judge us completely, guys. Because I know how y'all welders out there like to judge other people's welding jobs. So yeah, that's that for you. But it works great though. There's no leaks at all. Well, except for by the muffler. There's a rust hole in the muffler. But other than that, there's no leaks at all. It's pretty much all sealed up. We double checked it. We spent hours welding that together because, you know, we didn't have the proper equipment to do so. So that's the result of that. So yeah, I think that's all to share, you know. I mean, the transmission is still original. We managed to find a bolt for it, and actually, I think I already said that. Yep, and I think we need to change the belt eventually because it is screeching a little. And also, the gear shift, you know, is still backwards because reverse is forward and forward is reverse. But I'll show you guys that in a minute. And also, you know, this thing goes pretty fast now because, well, I keep on saying because, mainly so that the previous, you know, let's just say version of the Mule, of the Duromax 440cc Mule, when I test drove it, when it was still all janky with the exhaust under the seat and stuff, after we installed the new pull start, it did not have full throttle, because every time I push the gas, the vibrations from the motor will just, you know, only make the throttle open like 1/3 of itself. But my solution for that was to bypass the governor, which what I did was I forced the arm into the open position and you know, hose clamped this metal bar into, you know, into place so it would not move at all. And I also what I did was I took the butterfly valve, put some tape over it, made this little bracket, put the drum over it so it engages completely, and has a stiffer spring so it can go full throttle and idle no problem. So check it out. Oh shoot, it's not even hooked up, damn it. Alright, I fixed the throttle. So yeah, as you can see right here, when I push the gas, it moves pretty well. There's idle and there's full throttle. So yeah, guys, obviously, you know, as you guys may see, and also what I've said, this still ain't perfect. This still has many minor adjustments to be done to it, but all the major repairs and the delays are done now. So yeah, it's still fine to drive as it is right now. And yeah, and we had to use this thing many times at night, and my mom was like, well, there's no point in lights, but we had to fix them because pretty much every time we use this thing was at night, but it's whatever now. So yeah, I think that's all I need to show for updates on this thing. Also, I put the old air box back because I wanted to use it as this really, you know, nifty storage area, because I mean, I thought it'd make like a pretty good storage area for whenever my mom wants to pick up like small plants or certain types of things. She could just lift up the seat and put it in here, you know, just so I can give this lifting seat a purpose. But obviously, this still has its problems. I mean, like I said, one thing is the bed. It actually rests up against the gas cap, as you can see. So I gotta leave it loose. I can't, you know, push it all the way down, or else when the shocks decompress, it might, like, you know, dent the gas tank. So I gotta latch it like this, which is totally fine. And I also bought like a metal slow-moving emblem, so we can drive it on the road. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the Duromax 440cc Kawasaki Mule. And yeah, with all that said, let's go ahead and fire it up and see how it drives and see how fast it is. And what was that? Oh, that was the seatbelt. We still have the seatbelt on here. Ah, darn, I dropped the key. And by the way, this isn't the original key. It's just a key that fits in the ignition. It still does its job, but the original key is in the house somewhere, so I had to use this for right now. So go ahead and crank her up. Yeah, this is a cold start, so this may take a while. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Maybe I have to choke it. Yeah, by the way, we still don't have figured out a place for the choke, so you got to reach down here and engage it like so. Or just do that. Get up, hold the seat, and then there you go. And let's see if that works. Hopefully I don't accidentally flood it. Anyway, let's put it back. Alright, let's see if she'll start up now. Yeah, one unique thing about this starter, it's a genuine Honda starter that we managed to fit on there, and when it detects like sudden movement, it automatically retracts, which I guess is it's an okay safety feature. So yeah. almost got it. And you know what? How about I pause the video and I'll be right back when this thing is running. Whew, she's a cold one. Yeah, it's only 30 degrees outside. Actually, it's 25 out. And yeah, this may take a while, like I said. And also keep in mind, this engine also recently, reached its break-in period, so I relashed the valves and I also did its oil change. So back then it used to start where you can put the choke halfway on and it should fire right up. But this one you don't need the choke anymore, but it's a little more stubborn now. But it still runs and fires up great. So give me a second. It's like I said, it's just cold. Oh. Got her running. All right. For some odd reason, it does not want to idle, but I guess I'll leave her sitting here with my foot on the gas for it to warm up for. All right, so now it's idling. I mean, just barely. And because I set it on a low idle, so, when I shift gears, it wouldn't grind too bad. This thing sounds mean. Listen to her. Man, this thing's kind of fun sometimes. So yeah, let's go ahead and get her moving. So yeah, shift down. Actually, I'm gonna go forward a little bit and see if I can turn out of here, out of this mess. Ah, shoot, I need the locking diff then, because it's only two-wheel drive. Give her a break, y'all. Hold on. Actually, I just ended up pushing it out of there, so let's see if it'll drive out of here with all this ice around. Alright, there it goes. So now I'm going to go through back here and go on the road and see how fast this thing will go. Yeah, it's a little bumpy. But she got some power to her. Although the front left tire will not hold air, but it's holding air right now, so I guess it's fine. Alright, let's go on the smooth driveway. Also, we bled the brakes because we actually found out one of the lines blew, but they still kind of suck. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. All right, start up the speedometer app. No cars around, good. Let's wait for this car to pass and we'll turn around and head on back. Woo! Man. Alright, this thing has a really good turning circle. This thing is one heck of a workhorse. Whoa, I don't know what that bouncing is. But like I said, minor adjustments needed. Alright. She sounds good, too. Yes, sir. Alright, back to the house. Alright. This thing's a lot of fun, not gonna lie, but now my hands and face are friggin' freezing. Yeah, we're actually cutting out a trail back there so we can use this thing for like hunting and whatnot. Anyway, I think that's it. Put her in neutral. And yeah, that's that for y'all. Actually, let's test how fast it is when it's in reverse, because in the reverse gear, which this thing is its forward gear since the engine spins the other way, it's the reverse gear is 14:1 gear reduction ratio, while the forward one is 10:1. So this thing might fly in reverse. Yeah. Or do pretty sick burnouts in the snow. All right. So there you guys have it, the top speed test of the Mule, which is, which, as you guys may have seen in the top right in the speedometer app, it's not too fast, but it's pretty fast. It feels way faster due to how small and light this thing is. So yeah, you know, my parents' Kawasaki Mule may be a piece of crap, but it isn't anymore because we put a big old, you know, a big block in her. A 440cc. So yeah, guys, there you have it. Our tour of the work vehicle around the house and our farm. That's still a work in progress, but I'll update y'all, you know, whenever that's done. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely smash that like button. Since, you know, Christmas is coming up, I got some plans and stuff to do, so I had to make this video pretty quick. So hopefully I'll be able to release more content for you guys soon, because I'm honestly really trying and trying to find some time to make videos for y'all. And we finally finished this thing, so I thought this would be a good video for y'all to watch. So yeah, with all that said, make sure to check out Go Power Sports, because, you know, they helped us at, well, they didn't really help us, but I got some of their parts to, you know, help make this happen. Yep. So with all that said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Man.